In 2025, this year, millions upon millions of young men globally, all over, are going to be stopped in their tracks because of having a girlfriend or wanting a girlfriend. And we want to solve this in this video. Make sure you share and like. Let's get right into it. Let's first understand why you're trying to build up a financial foundation. A lot of the reason why men do things is because of women. So, of course, you should have a girlfriend if you're trying to become financially... No! You do have to understand that that fictitious girlfriend who's in your future, who you do not know yet, is 10 times better than the girls that you're able to attract today. Why would you choose to get a girlfriend or have a girlfriend right now in your situation when you can get so much better in the future? Here are a few things that women sometimes do unintentionally or intentionally in order for them to derail you from your path. The biggest and worst one is that they get pregnant. Now, this is not her fault normally. It's yours because you did not put a lot of thought into the aspect of prevention and preventing her from actually getting pregnant. So it's on you. But if you didn't have a girlfriend, or you weren't in pursuit of a girlfriend or pursuit of someone to sleep with, you wouldn't have that problem at all. Do you know the probabilities that you'll get someone pregnant if you are completely voluntary celibate? She'll become like the Virgin Mary. There's very little probability that anyone would get pregnant in that circumstance. A girl could negatively impact your career choice. Imagine if you actually found your industry, your passion, the niche, the business model that you want to tackle and massively move forward with, and then your girlfriend or potential girlfriend says, you're trying to do that? That's funny. You're like, in your mind, you're like, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't do that because I actually do care about what she thinks. And so maybe I should do something else. And then she screwed you over because you didn't use your objectivity of what the actual situation and circumstance was. You were just flung off your path from a woman that just shared her opinion. When you have a girlfriend, you become connected to her monthly cycle. You know that she has a cycle where some parts of the month she becomes really, really emotional and she bleeds, okay? Like there's things happening to her body that she's got no control over, and she will bring you on this emotional roller coaster of a ride without you understanding that it is that specific part of the month. You think that the things that she says during that part of the month, that's actually her saying what she's saying. It's not really what's going on. Like, she doesn't even know what she's feeling. She's just emptying her brain on you, and you're taking it at face value, and it derails you. You understand the complaining, the criticism, the issues that women bring onto you if you don't understand how they work, and or if you don't understand what to do about that situation, you're going to get derailed. And also, her maturity levels are going to reflect your maturity levels. She is a reflection of you, which means in the beginning of your career, when you're young and inexperienced, how mature are you? How much do you understand about the world? You don't understand much, so you're going to attract a woman that does not understand much. And as a result, she's going to create environments that she's not aware of, that's going to cause an environment for you, and you're going to be unaware of it, and suddenly, boom, you're also derailed off your path. Imagine building up your business. You're building it. Oh, it's extremely difficult. It's extremely hard. And then you come to the exponential growth phase where you literally have to take time away from her in order for you to get things done because things are happening massively all over, right? What do you think happens? She gets lonely. Do you think that she's going to want your attention? And if she can't get it, do you think that she's going to try and seek out other guys' attention? Like, how is that going to make your brain function when that's a business, okay? She's creating a business for you over there. It's a startup, all right? And you're trying to avoid that startup from becoming huge. And then you've got another startup that you're trying to build. And which one are you going to choose? The vast majority of the time, men very often choose the thing that they had, but then are losing. Because the financial freedom, you don't have that yet. And so it's still non-result-ish. You don't know if it's going to succeed or not. So you kind of just want to secure the things that you did have. And then you're going to get her back. And then you guys are going to sit on the couch and watch Netflix again. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Like, that's fun. You are wasting time. 95% of the time, she's going to become someone else's wife. So you're dating someone else's wife the vast majority of the time. Now, if she is your wife, that's a different story. Then you just simply got to make it work, especially if you've got kids. If she's your fiance, you still have time to call it off. Okay? Because you're not actually married yet. But what is everyone going to think about me? Everyone knows that we're about to get married. Bro, do you understand that at some point in business, people are going to trash talk about you? And they're going to say things that are mean. And they're going to believe that you're going to suck forever in business. And that you have no point in trying to continue to do that path of financial freedom, yada, yada. You're going to listen to them then as well? You're going to care about what they think at that point? Like, how about you start now to not care what other people think? Especially if you've got a girlfriend. Or especially if your opinion is that you should get a girlfriend. Should you care about your own opinion? Because mathematically, it makes sense to have less complication in your life. It makes sense to have less businesses in your life. It makes sense to just focus on one thing at a time. And yet we humans, we seem to like variety. And so we want multiple things at a time. This is what is derailing you. It's not the girlfriend's fault. It's your fault for allowing yourself to be derailed. So you have to change you. And this is part of changing you on your journey towards financial freedom and success, because commitment is the elimination of any other options. And having a girlfriend is an option that a lot of guys choose instead of becoming successful. You have no idea how many guys I have in my DMs who say, oh, my girlfriend just got pregnant. And I struggle to say congratulations because I am deeply saddened for them in their specific circumstance. Now, if they're wealthy, if they've got tons of money, if they've set up their family lifestyle in a way that it's time to have kids, bro, congratulations, man. This is the best thing that's ever happened to you. Can I say that honestly to guys that are accidentally impregnating their girlfriends at age 18, 19, 20? It's not wise for you to do that. Now, you can make that a positive thing, but you're probably going to need some coaching for you to make that a positive thing for your life, because most people end up just giving up and just struggling, and they're in that situation for the next 20, 30 years because they don't have capacity nor money to invest in themselves and to grow their income. I'm personally not a fan of actually breaking up with any girlfriends, okay? So this is this positive thing for your girlfriend if she's watching this. However, I need you to do what needs to get done consistently over a long period of time in business, which includes the 80-hour work week. And you know what? There is some probability that she will dump you herself. And that, my friend, is fantastic because you will have the opportunity of finding someone way better than her. That's unfortunate for her, fortunate for you, but maybe it is fortunate for her. Maybe you're not a fit. You never know. A fit would be someone who arrives in your life, perfect timing, when you've gotten your financial freedom and you're actively looking. You're actively single, ready to mingle, because this is the next step in your life. You don't want to try and climb multiple Mountain Everests because it doesn't work that way. So, how to avoid getting a girlfriend? Number one, you need to have a decision with a vision. That means that you will not get a girlfriend, you will not involve women romantically into your life until X has happened. Yes, you're supposed to enjoy the journey, but that's you being married to your business temporarily, okay? And eventually you're going to replace yourself in that specific marriage game. And then you're going to start your second business, which is your family situation. That is a decision with a vision, because a lot of guys just start their journey and then they on the journey, they become lonely and so they want both. But if you know and you decide that once X happens, that's when I'll actually start looking actively for it, that's a vision that can actually motivate you to massively move forward in establishing results in your business and gaining your financial freedom. What are those numbers? What that I recommend? You should at least be making 10K a month. If you do that, you now have capacity. You've gone through the 5 phases of leadership of allowing yourself to be led, leading yourself, then leading others, and that means you're ready for phase number 4, which is leading women, and phase number 5, which is leading kids. This is the right sequencing of doing things. And I would add that you actually have 10K in net worth as well. At least 1 month of emergency fund or reserves, so that you can be wise about things as you prepare yourself to increase your income and increase your net worth. You don't want to start this journey prematurely. The second part of how to avoid a girlfriend on your journey towards success is to simply learn to say no and be okay with how she feels and how she's crying and how she's doing this in order for her to persuade you to do something that you actually don't want to do. You'd prefer if you have success rather than seeing her happy, because if you make her happiness alpha omega, you will fail, because her happiness goes up and down independent upon how much you do for her. It's something that you need to learn and master later in life or later in a few years' time. In the beginning, you just gotta massively move towards success. One thing that I also notice is guys who are in business and who have free time to build their business will very often choose to spend time with their girlfriends compared to those that are smartly making themselves unavailable. And what do I mean by smartly unavailable? You need some cash flow in order for you to build your business. And so it's always wise, before you get to that 10K level, to have jobs. A full-time job and a part-time job while you build your business. Even though you're trying to get those 1,000 hours, you got to do that next to that full-time and part-time job. So how does that work if you've got a girlfriend? Well, one, you're going to be saying no a lot, but also you're not going to be able to say, oh, honey, I'm going to stay home today because you feel this way and I'm just not going to show up to my job. Like, your boss is going to call you and eventually fire you because you didn't show up. In your business, you're not firing you. So when you have a business, you're more likely to I'd rather be with my girlfriend than being massively rejected out there and failing in my business. And so you go back to your girlfriend and you guys waste time together when you could have been actually productive. So a job, a part-time job and a full-time job will make sure that you are busy all of the day, and then you've got a choice. Do you want to get your financial freedom and get rid of those jobs? Or do you want to use that itty-bitty free time that you've got to spend time with your girlfriend? You see, things become very clear when you set up your life with the system that I teach in On-Track, because it's sequencing, it's your 5 next moves, if you will, to get everything in life that you want. And that sequencing is so crucial, and most young guys get it wrong. So let's recap for a second. If you do have a girlfriend, say no to her all of the time and set up your life in such a way that it is likely that she dumps you. If you don't have a girlfriend, don't muddy your life up by getting one. So avoid any and all places where you might get hitched or where you might find a girl that she seems to be the one. Like, don't go to parties. Don't go to stuff where women are going to show up and say, hi, I'd like to chat with you. And what's your number? And it's like the first time you ever have had a woman talk to you and give her number to you naturally. And you're just like, wow, it's like, I'm actually attractive to women. Bro, it's a waste, man. Don't do it. Don't go in that direction. You're derailing yourself, and you're the only one that can be blamed at the end of the day. Take radical responsibility, change your life, listen to this advice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.